Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. We did it. We survived. It's 2021. This is Free Friday office hours. Hi, Claudia. So I decided this year I want to do consistently office hours every Friday. And hi, everyone. Hi, Adriana. Welcome in. Also, I want to reintroduce myself really quickly. There are a few followers that I have gained after the last APA LA webinar that I did with Andrea Stern. So thank you so much for following me and for signing up for my newsletter. I'm so glad to have you here. I am a photography business consultant, and my experience is coming from an advertising background, working as an art buyer as well as a photo editor for magazines and entertainment companies. And I've worked with brands like UPS, Allstate Insurance, Mary Kay, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Teen Vogue, GQ. So many amazing brands. Anyway, thank you for being here. You are welcome to drop questions in. Happy New Year, everyone. Hi, Sally. Drop me any questions you have. I'm happy to talk about anything. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Hanad. And before I get started with your questions, I just wanted to remind you that I still have 2020 pricing available until midnight tonight. If anyone has been thinking about doing a portfolio review with me, starting your year out, I would love that. I would love to meet with you. You can grab that on my website. There's also a link in my bio, and the prices go up tomorrow. Also, what else do I have? Next Friday for office hours, we're going to do this on Zoom. So if you want to join us next Friday, make sure you're on my newsletter. There's a link in my bio there. And we're going to have kind of a special edition office hours next Friday. We are going to do goals and intentions planning for the year. And this is not going to be your average goal planning. So I hope you'll join me there. I'm really excited. I've been doing a lot of reading, gathering a lot of information, and I have been writing down a lot of really juicy questions for us to ask ourselves to get ready for 2021. And I wanted to share with you some of the goals that I have been thinking about for 2021. Again, my first goal is just to be consistent. I really wanted last year to do a lot more blog posts and provide a lot more information to my clients, but I just found that it was really hard for me to make time to do all of that writing. And so I just decided to do this instead, do the live office hours. It's fun. It's more fun than writing. It's more interactive. I like to be getting feedback from people as I'm doing things, so this is going to be great. Hi, everyone who's joining. Rick, Paula. My second goal is to be a lighthouse. I just want to be a big ball of bright light for anyone who needs me, for anyone who needs support or cheering on. And I want to be really present. It's a little hard to be present on Instagram Live with the comments coming on, but I want to be really present in my relationships and with my clients. So when I have a meeting with a client, I turn everything off. I turn my email off. I put my phone away, and I take deep breaths, and I drink water, and I listen, and I hope that makes my clients feel seen and heard. And okay, let's start with some questions. Who has questions? Hi, Rick. Hi, everyone coming in. I did get a question in my DMs, and the first one is, how do I create a social media strategy when I don't have enough photos to post regularly? So first thing to think about, your social media strategy doesn't have to look like anyone else's. There is no one way to do it for everyone. So if you don't have a lot of photos, you don't have to post regularly to your feed. And also, I want you to think about influencers versus photographers. So I have a lot of clients who have this goal of getting more followers. And I ask them, why do you want more followers? And they really have to think about it. And there's a big difference between being hired to be an influencer and being hired to be a photographer. So yes, there are brands that are looking for people who can create beautiful photography, to also leverage their audience. So that's when they're looking for an influencer, and they are hiring you to leverage your audience, basically. But if a big brand or a big advertising agency is looking to hire a photographer to create a big ad campaign that's going to have a lot of moving parts and maybe a big crew and a lot of work and a lot of days, they don't really care how many followers you have. They just want to be able to see that you can produce something like what they need. So I don't want you to put too much pressure on yourself to have a lot of followers. I think it's more important for you to have fewer followers that are the people that you really want to be hiring you. So the photo editors and the art buyers, and having them engaging with your post and you also engaging with their post. And that's another part of social media strategy. It's not just about how much can you post, how many followers you can get. It's about who are you engaging with? Because if you're engaging with those people who you want to be seeing your content, they are more likely to see your content if you're liking and commenting on what they're posting. So make that a part of your strategy. I tell my clients to come up with a top 10 or a top 20 or a top 25 clients that they want to work with, and then try to find the art buyers and the creative directors and the hiring people at those places. And if they have public Instagram profiles, follow them, and then make an appointment with yourself every week or every other week to specifically go to their Instagram page and see what they've posted and comment or engage. And you can do the same thing on their LinkedIn page. So that's really important too. Posting twice a day, it's kind of impossible for a lot of us, especially this year when we don't really feel like we have that much paid work that we can share. For me, posting on social media is has to be intuitive. So I actually don't plan my own social media. If planning works for you, if using one of those planning softwares that posts for you works for you, great, do it. But if it doesn't, don't pressure yourself to do a lot of posting if it's not feeling authentic. I hope that answers your question. The other thing you can do if you don't have a lot of your own work to share is just go and, again, keep up with other people, check in with your crew, share the work of other people, share the work of your hair and makeup artists, your stylists, your prop people. You can post locations that you hope to shoot with, or do some test shoots. Love a test shoot. Tag anyone you can in your posts, and that will be helpful as well. Okay, let's see. More quality content on your own site. Not worry about followers. Yes, I agree with that. So let's see if we have any other questions. Hit me with your questions. I'm happy to answer anything you want to talk about today. Thank you, Megan. I love this sweater too. Thank you, Sally. Okay, any questions? Drop them in for me. Hi, Christina. Hi, Robin. I'm so happy to see you all. Happy New Year. Let me know what you're planning for the new year, if you have any goals, if there's anything you want to talk about. I have another question that came in my DMs from Paula. I hope I'm saying your name right. Paula. The question is, I would ask, how do you recommend to reach out to an agency for representation? Once you've done your research and find the one you think is right, how should I approach them? Sometimes the info email is the only email available. Do you think they mind? So I think most agencies will have, maybe not most, but some agencies will have information on their website about whether or not they take those kinds of emails from photographers about representation. If they don't have anything on there, I think it's fine to use that email, to email them. I think it's really important to ask yourself, why do you want a rep? What specifically do you expect from that rep? And know that you don't want to just drop in the first email and say, hey, will you represent me? You want to introduce yourself and say, can we start a conversation? And I say this over and over, having a rep is very much like getting married. So you want to date that rep probably for a year before you actually sign a contract. And maybe what you do is you find one that you like and you ask them if they would be open to representing you kind of a la carte if a big bid comes up. And a lot of them will want to do that for you. So you should probably try and do a couple of bids before you sign a contract to be married to that rep. And there are some other IGTV videos on my feed about when are you ready for a rep? How should you get a rep? There's also a couple of really great webinars that Andrea Stern did with APA LA. So you can go to Ask Stern Rep, and there's a webinar she did with 2 other reps. I think it was a 2-part series. So there's a lot of information there. And if you have any more specific questions about that, I am happy to help you. But just think about what it is that you really want from a rep. Are you really ready for a rep? Are you ready to be married? Are you willing to give up 25% of your photo fee to someone else? Are you willing to transfer all of your requests over to another person to represent you? What do you have to offer them? Will you be profitable for them? Great questions. Hanad says, what are some of the industry trends that you see shifting in 2021? Are people moving away from social? More video requests? No, I definitely do not think anyone is moving away from social. Definitely more video requests. Any kind of motion that you can have with your photography is going to give you an advantage, because we know that video content and motion gets, like, 10 times more engagement. So Instagram is more likely to serve a video in your feed than one of your photos. So definitely any kind of video you can put in there, the better. You're welcome. Hi, Frank. Welcome, everyone. Anybody have another question for me? Drop them in. I'm happy to answer them. Let's see if I have any in my inbox. Okay. I hope that answered your question, Hanad. All right. I hope you are all relaxing today and not working too hard. I'm going to keep this office hours a little bit shorter so we can enjoy our day off. And I want to remind you that I do have, if you're interested, 25% off of my masterclass right now. There are almost 200 photographers that are in the masterclass right now. And if you want to join for 25% off, the code is NYE-2021. And I will put that in the caption when I repost this video. Would love for you to join me. I'm so incredibly proud of this masterclass. It really is everything in my brain. It's probably 3 times the amount of information you would get from me if you did a one-on-one. And it's risk-free, it's self-paced. You can start whenever you want to. You can take as much time as you want to with it. There are tons of downloads. So when you take the masterclass, you get a contact template for all your contacts. That's a spreadsheet. You get my list of my favorite website templates and examples of websites that I think are beautiful. You get a download of scripts. So if you're not sure how to introduce yourself to a new client or send an email to someone pitching a project, there are scripts in there that you can use. There are estimate templates if you're not sure how to do an estimate. There are questions that you can ask your clients when they will not give up information about their budget. So how many times do we have people call and say they want us to do a shoot, but they won't give us a number, and you kind of just have to guess? So there's some great questions that you can ask that will help you figure out how much money they might have, which is a really great thing. So there's so much in this class. I'm so proud of it. And if it's not for you, you can request a full refund through the platform within 30 days, I think. So join us. What do you have to lose? Nothing. Hi, Megan. Let's see. Office hours. Yeah, so office hours every Friday. Oh, thank you. Jen Parker says the masterclass was great. And I'm updating it this week. So I actually did update a few things last week. I updated my templates and I updated my PDF that has a list of my favorite bio about pages. So if you're not sure what a great about page should look like, there's some in there. I also did such an incredible webinar, I think it was 2 weeks ago, with Andrea Stern, all about websites. So if you haven't seen that, the link is in my bio. I think it's there. So all about websites in that webinar. And I am adding my 2021 photo directories report, which I'm so excited about. It's going to go into my masterclass first. So this is my 2021 update to my 2019 report that I did about all of the photo directories. So I'm talking about Workbook, Found Artist, Wonderful Machine, Commune, At Edge. So if you're curious about these directories, I have all that information in the masterclass as well. And I'm going to talk about who really kicked it up a notch in 2020. Which directories were really there for their photographers and supporting their photographers. And I've had some really great conversations with photographers who have been on these directories this year. And if you want to tell me about your experience, I would love to hear that. So I'm going to try and finish that up this weekend. So lots of new stuff coming to the masterclass. I'm hoping to keep it updated as much as I can because I'm not doing a marketing calendar this year. I'm not doing the marketing calendar subscription this year, but there will be a 2021 marketing calendar in the masterclass. And the masterclass is so cheap, y'all. You can't go wrong. With a discount, I think it's only $135. So grab that if you want it. What else? Any questions? Susie, do you want to be in my video? Do you want to join me? Do you have questions? Do you want to go live? Does somebody want to get in the hot seat? Thank you, Megan. Any questions? Here we go. Mary says, is it best to start reaching and marketing to your dream clients even if you feel, yes, a year or so out is perfect, Mary. Even if you feel like maybe you're not quite ready for your dream client, start getting in their field of vision. You guys hear me talk a lot about the rule of 7 in marketing, which is that idea that you have to get your message in front of someone at least 7 times before they will buy your product. And that, with the digital age, is more like 21 times or 100 times. So you have to constantly be in the field of vision of your clients until the right moment, right? So I recommend that you reach out to them on email, add them to your newsletter, follow them and engage with them on LinkedIn, follow and engage with them on Instagram if they have a public Instagram. That way they're seeing your name all over the place. And even though they're not going to respond to you the first few times you reach out to them, that's okay. They're saying your name and again. And the more that they see your name or your logo or your branding, the more they think that they know you. And if they think that they know you, they think that they trust you. and they're going to start paying more and more attention to those signs and those images that you are sending out. So yes, I think a year out is absolutely perfect. When I was working as a photo rep, I started reaching out to people over and over, and I noticed that it wasn't until between year 1 and year 2 that they started coming to me for work for my artists. So it took about a year before the right project came along. So I think, I think that's perfect. Thank you for that question, Mary. I hope that I answered that for you. Any more questions? These are great. Shanley says, when do you start listing clients on your About page if you only have 5 to 8 main clients? Do you put them up? Yes, 5 to 8 is a perfect number. I don't think you need a really big list. You just want to make sure that the clients on your list are somewhat recognizable. If you don't have any like really recognizable clients, you could leave it off. But yeah, 5 to 8 is great. I don't think you need, 30, but yeah, go for it. Andrea, hi. How are you? Happy New Year. Hi, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Yes, I got dressed today. All right, let's see if we have any other questions in here. Adriana says, if we already have the masterclass, will we have access to all the new stuff? Yes, you will. Absolutely, Adriana. And as soon as I'm done uploading the new stuff next week, I'm going to send a message to all of my students through the platform to let you know what is new in there and where to find it and which module or which lesson it's in. So I'm going to make it really easy for you to find that stuff. Thank you for that question. Thank you for being a part of that class. I love it. Any other questions? What are you guys doing today? My husband's making chili. I don't know if it has any black-eyed peas in it, but we'll see. Hi, Annie. I see you. Hi, Christy. Happy New Year. Any more questions? Let me know. That's about it for today, I think. Again, we're going to do this every Friday. If you're on my newsletter, sometimes we're going to do it on Zoom. Thank you. And again, next Friday, that is January 8th, we're going to do a special office hours. That's going to be all about goals and intention setting for 2021. And it's going to be at noon Central Time. And everyone's welcome. Photographers, stylists, photo reps, makeup artists. I know we have some creative directors that are already saying they're going to join us. So it's kind of going to be a great place to network. I'm proud of my Zooms being a good networking area as well. I do have a lot of art buyers and reps that follow me. So it's really exciting when I have the chance to connect my followers and my photographers with people who hire you for jobs. Let's see, Susie says, I'd like to know more about Test Shoot to build up my portfolio. How do you find opportunities? You create opportunities. So whatever it is that you want to shoot, I say do a little bit of journaling about it, maybe create your Pinterest board about it, and then go out and look for collaborators. It really depends on what type of photography you're doing. So if you have a more specific question there, let me know. You can go, one of my favorite websites to recommend is makecreate.co, and that is a listing of crew, basically. So verified crew, hair and makeup artists, producers, stylists. So if you're looking for people to connect with to do test shoots, go there. You can also look on Production Paradise. In some cities, you might see production companies, makeup artists listed there. So that's a great place. Instagram is always a fun place, but also don't be afraid to reach out to other photographers and ask them who they work with. Just start tapping anyone and everyone on the shoulder. Let me know if I answered that question. Thank you, Nazra. Happy New Year. I hope you have the best year. You are so talented and amazing. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, RJ. I had so much fun working with you this week. I can't wait for our editing coming up. Okay, interiors. So, interiors. I just had a great conversation with someone a couple weeks about this. Interiors. So, you can reach out to decorators and see if they have any needs. You can reach out to, hotels, Airbnbs. You can just go and rent an Airbnb yourself, and take pictures while you're there. Restaurants, architects, reach out to stylists, so prop stylist or interior stylist, and see if they have anything on their list that they want to have shot. Shanley says, asked a good question about listing clients on your About page. I want to piggyback on that and ask about if we should list clients even if they're small. So, I mean, if you have, let's say, a small jewelry brand that you shop for, and you want to get more smaller jewelry brands as clients, go for it. If you have a virtually unknown jewelry brand and you're trying to reach out to Tiffany, they probably won't recognize that, so it may not be as worth it. But I just say with anything in your business, just start where you are. Yeah, and it'll grow from there. So don't worry about it too much. I don't think you need to list a bunch of smaller brands if you also have bigger brands. So stick to the big ones when you get them, but if all you have is smaller ones, that's fine. Hope that answered your question. Oh, that was from Ellen. Thank you, Ellen. Let me know if I answered that question about testing. I also have in the masterclass, not to be a broken record, but a test shoot best practices document that I wrote, and I believe that I also have that on my blog. So if you just Google my name and test shoot best practices, I think it's also on the Photopolitic blog. All right, any more questions? Let's do a few more. We have a few more minutes. If not, I hope you all have an amazing 2021. Put me on your calendar for every Friday at noon Central Time at this time. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I have another webinar coming out with Andrea. Save the date. I think it's going to be on January 21st. That's a Thursday. And that's going to be all about marketing. And it's going to be incredible. So get your questions ready for that one. You're welcome, Ellen. Thank you all for being here. Happy New Year. If I didn't answer your question, leave them in the comments. Oh, hi, Stephanie. Happy New Year. Appropriate content for LinkedIn. Anything that you would post on Instagram or anything that you would put in a blog on your own website would be appropriate content for LinkedIn. Let me know if that answers your question. How do I foresee 2021 as being different? I think that 2021, how's it going to be different? I think that for the beginning half of the year, things are still going to be probably a little localized. So make sure you have your city on your website. Smaller productions, at least for the beginning of the year. And something I'm excited about talking about next week is shifting into, if I may be so bold as to say, a paradigm. Shifting into a space where we are not defined by productivity. We are not thinking about our self-worth in relation to how much we're getting done. I think that we are going to be thinking about better communication, diversity. Diversity is going to be, and already is, massive in 2021. Editors are looking for more diverse crews, more diverse photographers. Make sure you have diversity in your portfolio. Big breath, yes. It's a big question. It's going to be about experiences and slowing down. I'm really excited for my photographers who are shooting food and adventure and travel. I know I am like already gearing up to get out of the house and looking for those kinds of experiences, those deeper experiences. Yeah, that's where we're going. Happy New Year. Thank you, Stephanie. Hi, Rachel. Any more questions? Andrea, what do you think is going to happen in 2021? Do you think in-home studio will be a good approach to run photography? Why not? Thank you, Andrea. That really means a lot to me. I don't know if you caught me at the beginning of the live, but I was saying that being really present is an important goal for me this year. So before I do anything, before I get on a phone call with a client, before I send out an email, before I get on Instagram Live, I drink a little water, I take some deep breaths, and I set an intention for how I want it to go. And my intention before this Instagram Live was for it to flow easily. So hopefully it's doing that. On vacation. Yeah, I'm kind of on vacation. I wanted to start, my consistency was my other goal. So I wanted to start today. So that every Friday I'm showing up for everyone. And then as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to take off this crazy sweater and this gorgeous lipstick, and I'm going to go finish building my new deck with my husband. I'm so excited. But yes, I hope everyone watching is taking a vacation day today and relaxing. I think we all need it. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you all for being here. If you have any questions about anything I talked about, feel free to reach out in my DMs or an email. The sale is on until midnight. If you want to do a portfolio review with me, I would absolutely love that. If you want to jump in on the masterclass, I would love to have you there. And that's it. Tell everyone to follow Ask Stern Rep. She gives the best advice. You can send questions to Ask Stern Rep at Ask Stern Rep. And I think it's every Wednesday that Andrea gets on stories and talks about something, and she's so wise and good vibes. So follow her there. Thank you, Frank. Happy New Year. Any deck designer recommendations? We're building it ourselves. You can call my husband, but that's not really what he does. Don't call him for a deck. Hi, Matt. All right. Yes, Megan, Andrea's the best. She's one of the coolest people I've met this year, or in 2020. All right. Happy New Year. You are all amazing, and I hope you'll join me again next Friday on Zoom. Jump on my newsletter if you're not there already. If you have any more questions, you know how to find me. I'm rooting for you in 2021. I'm really excited. Okay. Bye. How do I turn this off? I don't know. There we go. Bye, everybody.